It's alive! It's alive! Oh, hello! There you are! Welcome back to the Big Balloon with me, Phileas Flash. Bing, bang, bong. Oh, I'm really going to have to invest in a pillow. That really hurts me every week. Anywho, guys, I had last week off, and that means that I've come back full of energy and ready to make a super cool and amazing big balloon. So, I'm going to tell you now, this is one of my favourite things I have ever made. So make sure you stay watching all the way to the end of the episode, because this is one balloon you're not going to want to miss. What else? Compose myself. Oh, yeah, compose yourself. That's a really good clue as to who our balloon hero is going to be this week. As you know, every week I create a caricature of someone famous out of balloons. Probably not doing this, but you know, someone famous. Vogue. No, it's not Madonna. Anyway, that's coming up after this segment. And oh yeah, make sure you have your twisting balloons on hand and a balloon pump, because I'm going to show you how to make a super cool little big balloon striker pose. Anyway, it's not Madonna. Grab your pumps, grab your balloons, because the big balloon is coming soon. They're here. Sorry, I was just talking into the latest phone from Apple. No? Don't worry though, I've got the next generation. Look, it's a banana. Hello. No, you don't find that very appealing? No. Anyway, this isn't really a banana phone, it's a banana balloon. And it's a clue as to who our balloon hero is today. You see, our balloon hero today is a famous composer. But he's not just any famous composer. Oh, no. He's a composer who loved the banana. To be more accurate, he loved the banana. Because today's balloon hero is none other than Ludwig van Beethoven. Beethoven is widely regarded as one of the world's greatest composers. He was born in 1770 and lived until 1827. And during that time wrote some of the world's finest classical music. During his later years, he battled with profound deafness, which makes his work even more remarkable in its beauty and composition. Today's suggestion for a balloon hero was from Izzy in Alberta in Canada. So go bananas for her, yay! If you can think of someone you'd like me to make out of balloons, then send your suggestions to me, Flash Balloons on Facebook. Are you ready to learn what the big balloon will be? Me too. If you're a regular viewer of the show and you're a subscriber, you would know that I've been working my way through the alphabet each week, 3 different letters, to give you clues as to what the big balloon shall be that week. And we have arrived at P, Q and R, so mind your P's and Q's. Now P stands for pike. Ooh, weird word, hey? Now, I'm not talking about the kind of pike you might find in a river, a fish. I'm talking about the kind of pike that's a spear, because our big balloon this week is a famous type of warrior. Ooh, that's an even bigger clue. And they were famous for using swords, but in reality, they used pikes just as much. What else? Oh, and another weapon that they used was a bow. So Q this week stands for quiver. Ooh, I'm all a quiver. And if you don't know, a quiver is the thing you'd use to hold your arrows so you can have your hands free. So quiver. But the most important letter this week is R, because R stands for rogue. Or it could stand for the name that these warriors were called if they turned rogue, because that name would be Ronin. And R stands for Ronin. So, tell me, have you guessed what our big balloon is this week? That's right, this week's big balloon is a samurai! But listen, if you're a regular to the show, you know by now that we can't have the big balloon until I've shown you how to make a little balloon, like this one. and today we're going to learn to make this pretty super cool balloon samurai. Look at that, he's got a sword and... Now, this balloon samurai takes 5 260s of one colour and 1 260 of another colour. So grab your 260 twisting balloons and your pumps, because it's time to learn how to make the balloon samurai. Okay guys, so here we go with the tutorial for the samurai. Now I'm going to warn you, I am going to go fast today. So if you need to rewind and check, remember this is a video and you can do such a thing. Each and every balloon we use today is going to have a 4-finger tail and a nice loose knot, just like this one. Okay, so I'm going to start off with a little bubble. And that's what, 2-finger bubble. And then I'm going to make a 4-finger bubble like this, and then bend it back on itself and tie it into that 4-finger bubble. So we've got like a little dog's head or a rabbit's head. Yeah, there you go, 4 fingers just to prove it. I'm just going to then squeeze some air down the balloon like this, comme ci, comme ça, and then roll the balloon through. So it's going to go through the duplet, not all the way. We're just going to make a small loop inside it, just resting via friction, not actually tied in. Okay, we're going to then match up the other side. So we're making 2 small loops. Sorry, one loop that runs through the middle of it. Now, yeah, as you can see, I'm now going to roll this balloon bit through, just to lock it off and also to keep it nice and tight. That's that initial bubble, and then I'm just going to try and shape this a little bit, push the air down. Now, sorry, I should have mentioned, we are making the head of the samurai first, his helmet. So we're going to push this through to make the visor. So it's going to go through these 2 holes we've just created. Okay, so it's going to go through the 2 holes, not all the way again, just like this. So it's going to rest at the back, and then it's going to come back through and around. So it forms, as I say, the visor, just above to shade his eyes. And then it goes through the hole, and then we're going to match it up on the back. Okay, so it's just going to come straight back into that little bubble at the top. Okay, so this bubble had a nice soft knot. Remember I mentioned that? So I'm now going to, as you saw, I pulled the knot out, and I'm just going to wrap it around a few times just to tie it in, turn it into a pinch twist. And that leaves me with this one bit of balloon left. This is going to form the back of the helmet. They have a kind of thing that goes down across and makes a neck guard. So I'm going to make a small bubble and just tie that into the pinch twist. If you don't have enough balloon left to make a bubble, you could, well, you could pop it and add that bit on extra, or even just use a scrap if you wanted. Now I'm going to make this just sit just under the first duplet, so just the top, and I'm going to shape it with my hands a little. Okay, and this is actually the most complicated part of the whole balloon. I know I'm going fast. As I say, just pause it, rewind it, take your time. So let me show you this helmet, and so you can see it clearly. I have the visor, I have the 2 side bits that come down on a samurai helmet. I'm just going to try and shape them a bit better with a shock twist, which is just when you just use your fingers to pinch on that corner. It hasn't been overly effective. In fact, it hasn't been effective at all. But yeah, so this is the front of the helmet. And now I'm going to grab a second balloon. Now I'm going to use different colors so this doesn't confuse you. This is more of an advanced figure than I'm making normally. And all of these balloons have a 4-finger tail. Okay, I'm going to make a little 1-finger bubble. And then I'm going to make a 2-finger bubble. And I'm going to turn that 2-finger bubble into a duplet by making another 2-finger bubble. Yeah? Oh, sorry, 3-finger bubble. And then and then I'm just going to roll that initial bubble through just to lock it. Now I'm going to make a 4-finger bubble. I'm going to make a little pinch twist here, so a 2-finger bubble, and then I just bring the ends of that bubble together to make a pinch twist. Okay. I'm going to bring the balloon down and match that first 4-finger bubble to turn it into a duplet and wrap it around the initial bubble. Gosh, I am going fast today. Let's take the knot and tidy that bubble up. Oh, yeah, sorry about this. This is speed balloon twisting. Don't forget the pause button, please. Okay, we're going to take that back and we're going to turn it into a triplet. So just wrapping around the balloon around the pinch twist one more time. Squeeze some air down. Now, I'm getting a bit tight here on air, but I'm going to make a 4-finger bubble And I'm going to make the thighs. Sorry, I should have pointed out these are the legs. So far I've made the foot, the calf, and yeah, just stretch that balloon down a bit, turn it into a triplet, just like I did before. And now we have the thigh, the knee, the calf, and the foot. Now, guys, this is a bit of an advanced balloon, so I want to make sure we fit it all in the space of the big balloon episode. So here's one I prepared earlier. Exactly the same, no difference at all. I have legs, I can dance, bing bang bong. Okay, so, now I've got these two bits here, the two legs, and I'm just going to wrap the two balloons around the groin, and then as they're nice and squidgy, I'm going to just make two little bubbles at the end. Okay, so now I have a torso and two legs doing the splits. We are going to take the head. Now at the bottom of the head, under the visor and under that back section, you've got a pinch twist at the top, you have a little, on the face mask, a little twist. And we're just going to feed one of these bubbles through there, just to attach the head to the torso. Luckily for us, we don't really have to worry too much about a neck, because the samurai's neck is heavily armoured and covered by that mask. Okay, so we're going to grab another balloon. Now, obviously, these balloons, as I said, should all be the same colour for you. I'm just, with a four-finger tail, I'm just using different colours to make it easier and less confusing. Okay, so I'm going to make a small bubble. That's a one-finger bubble. And then I'm going to make a loop. Now, this loop is 4 fingers, and it's just big enough to fit maybe 2 of my fingers through, because later on we're going to fit the sword. This is going to be the hand. I'm going to add a little shock twist in here, but you know what, I'm probably going to lose that later, but still all the same. Give him a little bit of an elbow. Now, once I've decided how long my arm is, that's probably about an 8-finger bubble there, I will then wrap that around those 2 bubbles at the top. Okay. So now we have an arm coming out the side, and then what I'm going to do, this is a bit of a strange thing, but I want to give him a breastplate. So I'm going to make a loop that fits snugly around one of the duplets that form the torso. So I'll show you that again in a second. I'm just going to wrap it around the top bubble here at the top, just to fit it in place. And it doesn't really matter, positioning we're going to do in a second, as long as everything's secure up here. You don't have to worry too much about which way the head's facing, etc, etc. Okay, there you go. Now he's got jumping for joy arms, so I'm going to squeeze the air down. Nice and soft. Oh look, yeah, here we go. So I want to show you this. That's just held in with friction. That's the breastplate, it's just held in with friction. If you wanted to, you could always just push that in and twist it around to make it secure if you didn't like this, but I like the shape that it gave the breastplate, and it felt kind of secure to me. So I'm just going to match up the hand, making sure that it's big enough for a 260 balloon to fit through to make the sword. Or the pike. Okay, so I just made that little thumb. And there we have a little man with a weird hairstyle. Hello! Let's make him more secure. Yet again, a 4 to 5-finger tail, nice and soft balloon. We're going to make a little loop. What's that? So 4 fingers on each side, probably I could fit 3 or 4 fingers through the middle of that. And I'm going to match that with another little loop. Now these are going to make the shoulder pads of the armour, so I'm just going to take the knot of the balloon and wrap it around a few times. Okay. Now, it's going to need to go just in here, and I'm going to use the arms, which are under slightly less pressure than those 2 little bubbles, to wrap around these shoulder pads. Okay, give them a little bit more protection. The other nice thing about the shoulder pads is they also stabilize the whole head area, and it allows for really cool positioning on this figure. I'm just going to push the arms, roll them through a little bit so the shoulders just sit in there, in the shoulder pad. Very dynasty, isn't it? If you're of a certain age. Yeah, dynasty, very appropriate word for a samurai. Anywho, where was I? Wasn't the dynasty I was thinking of. But, oh yes, I'm going to take this yellow balloon and I'm going to make it into the back. I'm going to roll these shoulders around. Now's the time for a little bit of positioning. So I'm going to roll those two bubbles around. So one forms where the neck would go. As you see, this is the purple bubble in my case. It will be the same color as all the other bubbles in yours. Between the shoulder pads. And now he's a puppet. Look, he's got a little stick that sticks out the back. Which you could do if you liked. I'm then going to match up part of the torso duplet and just thread that through into his groin, to the back. Now, here you're going to want to make a few little pinch twists just around the groin area. And this allows you to position him beautifully and get those legs in a really good fighting stance. I'm going to make I'm going to make 3 pinch twists, and it doesn't really matter too much on the size. I'm going to make them assorted sizes just to allow us to give maximum positioning. The other good news about this particular bit here is that we're not going to use all the balloon. So in a second, I'm going to break off the scrap. But for the time being, let's wrap it around and make pinch twists. Now, I'm going to break this. You could cut it off if you would rather. Bloop. Like that. I hope you're enjoying my sound effects as per normal. Wow, we have gone fast today, but look, he's pretty much done. Now, I say I'm going fast, but I am actually going a bit slower. Ooh. He has 3 pinch twists. So we're going to use those to position the legs wherever we want them to go. Yeah, if I was actually making this for a child, I could go much faster. I'm slowing it down a little bit to demonstrate, but I'm still trying to crack along. So I put the smallest of the pinch twists to the front, just to give us a little bit more of a natural feel to him. And then he has 2 pinch twists at the back. Now I've got a very soft scrap of balloon here. I've used the end of a 260 in grey. You can use any colour you like, really. And it's not even half a balloon. It's about a third of a 260. And I'm just gently pulling those hands apart and threading it through. Now, if he had a pike, he could be like this. But I think we're going to make him with a sword. So I've got another scrap, possibly a part of the same balloon. Another scrap of grey to match. And we're just going to make the finger guard of his sword. Okay. Yeah, so it's just a little scrap. So we're just going to take the 2 knots and knot it together. And obviously you could just make the loop to begin with. You don't have to make as many knots as I have today in this loop, just for demonstration purposes. Or demonstration porpoises, depending on which dolphin we're talking about. Okay, so now we have a little loop. There we go. We're all good to go. We thread that on the end like this, just onto your sword, just to give him a little bit of protection and to make your pattern recognition say he is using a big 2-handed sword. Look at that. Now he's pretty good. So now we look at the balloon and we give him some final positioning. You can move the head up, move the visor up. There you go. One samurai. For 700 years, Japanese society was dominated by the military force known as the samurai. But there was one weapon that no samurai ever managed to master. The balloon sword. Fancy that. Well, as you can see, I've been doing my research into our big balloon this week, and I think I'm finally happy with how it looks. Would you like to see how I made it? Oh, there you are. Yeah, as you can see, I'm just practicing my samurai skills with my friend here. Ooh, let's have a go at archery. Hang on. Wow, I'm a better shot than I thought I was. Look at that. I knocked this apple off that guy's head. Fancy a snack? Shish kebab? Well, guys, I hope you've enjoyed the big balloon with me, Phileas Flash, today. If you have enjoyed it, don't forget to William tell me about it by giving me a big thumbs up. And what else? Oh yes, next week I'm going to be having a special episode all about the Edmonton International Street Performers Festival. So make sure you join me for that. And on that note, whatever you do, don't forget to subscribe. I've been Phileas Flash, and this has been the Big Balloon. Ow! Bing, bang, bong.